High in the mountains of southwestern part of China, there's a remote and beautiful lake, and beside it, a tiny village where ancient traditions are still going strong, and the woman runs the show. Join me as we explore the magic and mystery of Lugu Lake next on Mrs.Yan's China. All my life, I've heard stories about the remote and beautiful Lugu Lake, high in the mountains of southwestern China. Like Shangri-La or Brigadoon, it is a place where time stands still. Tribal traditions remain unchanged, and the women rule the roost. To get to Lugu Lake, you fly from the provincial capital of Kunming to the city of Lijiang, and then the real journey begins. A 7-hour drive on winding mountain roads. Imagine making this trip on horseback. It would take days. And that explains why the Morsel tribe at Lugu Lakes has remained so unaffected by outside influences. Coming here is like traveling back in time. As I catch my first glimpse of the lake, I'm filled with a sense of wonder. This could be a view from hundreds of years ago. The Morsel are famous for their hospitality.
你好，你好。
你好。I'm met by Kumu, my local guide. She tells me that here at Lugu Lake, we're about 6,000 feet above sea level. The locals call this place the Mother Lake because it has been a source of life up here for generations. And it is no accident that they say mother and not father. You see, this is a matriarchal society in which every household is headed by a woman, and women are the tribal elders. Like Kumu's grandmother today, she has invited us over to the family compound for lunch.
这个我们家老祖母，像这个呢是祖母房。
Grandma welcomes us into the center of the household, the room which serves as her bedroom, the kitchen, and a place where guests are welcome. I offer her traditional gifts of tea and wine, and she returns the favor with a bowl of local spirit, a distilled brew that packs quite a punch. This beautiful home is filled with symbolism. The icon of the fire god protects the house and its inhabitants. The fire plays such an important role in a Morsel house that only the head of the household is allowed to sit right next to it. Other family members are seated according to their age and social rank. As a man, I'm honored to be in this room. Speaking of which, perhaps you're wondering, where are all the men? To find out, I have to roll up my sleeves and step outside. Around here, women are the boss. We men to take the order. She told me I can't stop. Hey, no choice. Hey. Ah. 这个你们摩梭族叫这个菜什么菜？ A few hours of laying bricks at 6,000 feet above sea level can really work up an appetite. Fortunately, hey, lunchtime. Some tasty fish pulled out the Lugu Lake just a few minutes ago, and beautiful vegetable from the family garden. You know what? Home-cooked meal at its best. Fresh, organic. I can have this every day. Absolutely, amazingly delicious. 谢谢师傅. Sharing the table with 4 generations of Mooshore women give me a wonderful sense of community and continuity. These women are the keepers of the flame, and I don't just mean the fireplace. When sacred traditions are passed along from grandmother to mother and mother to daughter, century after century, time really does stand still. You wonder, what are you doing, Martin? I'm doing something very special. Look at this. This is spring roll wrapper. I'm making a little pocket out of it, a little shell, a little nest. I use improvise too, and I roll them around until they're nice and golden brown. And I take a look at this. It's beautiful. I'm going to use this and to hold into the dish that I'm going to make for you. Now, this is done. I remove these, and this, you have a beautiful pocket like this. Look at this. A beautiful pocket like that. Look at that. I put it right over here. Make with this spring roll wrappers, okay? Now, I just traveled back from Yunnan province. You know, in the province of Yunnan, there are actually over 50 ethnic minority in southwestern part of China. One of the most famous places is the Lugu Lake. There's a lot of Mooshore tribe people. They are famous for their hospitality, particularly women. They roost the roost. They are matriarchal society. The women take care of everything and tell the men, hey, this is what you have to do. Okay? There's a lot of corn. They live off the land. They live off the lake. So they grow a lot of corn. So we'll show you how to do a corn crunch stir fry. Okay? Here, it's also improvised because I have a little cake pan here. And I cut this, look at this. I cut it. When I cut this, they all fall down. They all fall down. Look at this. All fall down here so they won't fry all over the place. That's the reason why I like to use this little gadget to cut my corn. You see this? Very nice. Very nice. Look at this. A lot of corns. And a lot of corns right here. And then this way I don't want to waste any corn. So nothing is wasted. We have corn, we have tomato, we have onion, we have hikoma, and we have cilantro stem, okay? We have cilantro stem. We also, in the lake, they actually grow some, you know what? They actually grow a tiny bit of the water chestnut too, the lily. So we put this also over here, water chestnut, and I press this a little bit and cut it up. All done. Water chestnut, and then also, pressed tofu. This I added into the recipe because I want to make sure I have enough protein in my diet, okay? And the funny thing is, in the Lugu Lake area, the elder women are in charge, are the leader of the household. Normally the grandmother, okay? And this is also a little piece of pressed tofu, a lot packed with protein and a lot of calcium. This is very, very good, made from soybeans. I'll put this over here. And then I want to show you. This is the wok. I'm going to use it for stir fry. This wok that I bring it back from my cooking school in Shenzhen, China. Perfectly round bottom. This is what we're going to do. We're going to turn this on. We stir fry this with a tiny, tiny bit of oil. Okay? And then this is Sichuan peppercorn. Look at it. Smells good. Sichuan peppercorn. You can roast it and ground it in a powder. But I just put this right thing. This is how they do it in Sichuan, okay? And then I put all of the wonderful ingredient right here. The onion, okay? The onion, the corn, the hikoma, and the corn. Everything is right here. Look at that. It is beautiful. And then, of course, this is the wonderful pressed bean curd packed with protein. And then water chestnut and the stem of the wonderful, look at this. This is how we do it. Look at this. And then, of course, a lot of corns. Look at this. A lot of corn. I put a lot of corns in here. And we'll continue to stir. Very simple dish. Very, very healthy. This is what you call healthy food. Okay? And then, look at this. This is so easy. Tiny bit of soy sauce. Very simple. Okay, tiny bit of sugar, a tiny bit of extra salt. That's it. Very simple. You want to have beautiful, natural food. This is what you call natural food. Look at that. And amazing. You know, if you've ever been in Lugu Lake, you'll know that it's peaceful, it's quiet, it's a beautiful, unspoiled lake. A lot of wonderful seaweed, a lot of beautiful fish. And then people walk around, people sail around, little boats, and they sing to each other, male and female, young men and young women. You know what? This is done. You don't want to cook this for too long, okay? I definitely invite you to go to Lugu Lake. When it is done over here, this is how you do it. You put this, a little cup, on top of this, and that's all you have to do. And then we serve it right here. Oh, look at this. Let me show you how easy it is to serve. Beautiful. Look at this. Very nice. This is it. Look at that. Beautiful. And when it's done, all you have to do is put a tiny, tiny bit of cilantro on the side. And you know what? A very simple dish that everybody can enjoy. And this is what they call the corn crunch stir fry. Next, we will return to the woman of Lugu Lake, and I will make master sauce chicken. This is a very special day at Kumu's house near Lugu Lake, high in the mountains. You see, Kumu's niece has just reached the age of 13. And like in many other cultures, it is time to celebrate an important ritual, the passage from childhood to adulthood. According to Mosho custom, when a girl turns 13, she puts on a traditional long skirt like the one Kumu wears for the very first time in her life. In this case, it is truly a passage from generation to generation because the skirt, the sash, and the headdress are all handmade by great-grandma, a labor of love she has been working on for many months. Suddenly, right before our eyes, a little girl is transformed into a beautiful young woman. Before she's escorted to make her formal coming-out visits throughout the village, Kumu's niece pays her respects to the fire god and other household gods. And of course, any special occasion in China calls for special food. So great-grandma whips up a wonderful delicacy, a special tea, flavored with yak butter. It is kind of like the Mosho version of hot butter rum, seasoned with a little salt and sugar, and slowly churned until it is rich and creamy. Pancakes, which the Mosho call kuai baba or rice pancake, are pan-fried over the fire and served up piping hot with the yak butter tea to wash them down. Then Kumu shows me another amazing food tradition. When eating roasted wheat powder, a local specialty, the trick is to toss it directly into your mouth by passing your lips. You just say, and toss it in your mouth with a flick of your wrist. It is fast, it is tasty, and there are no dishes to wash. But you definitely need to follow it with a big sip of yak milk tea. After the refreshments, it is time for the youngest member of the Mosho sisterhood to be introduced to the community. She takes a traditional delicacy with her, a leg of preserved pork, to present as an offering to friends and family. It is not just a big day for Kumu's niece. We are lucky to be here at the end of July, the time of the most important Mosho celebration of the year, the annual tribute to heaven, mountain, and water. What the locals call Around the Mountain Festival. People come from all over the countryside to pay the respects to the mountain, give thanks for the gifts of nature, and pray for a good harvest in the months ahead. It is also a homecoming, a chance for family members and friends who have moved away to return to the village and spend time together, catching up, and you guess it, enjoying a special meal. Today, it is a flavorful stewed chicken and more of the special pork we saw at Kumu's house. Absolutely delicious. Guess what? This piece of pork, side pork, has been preserved for 7 years. Long time. You know what? The longer they believe, the longer you can preserve it, the more flavorful, the more intense the flavor. This is so intense. One piece of pork is enough for the flavor to linger in my mouth, to last for 5 years. As the sun begins to set, we head down the mountain to the lake. Oh yes, hey, another wonderful eating opportunity. A picnic right on the water with a whole lamb slowly roasted over an open fire and some of the tastiest grilled vegetable in the entire world. The mountain air makes everything taste fantastic. And the entertainment is as good as the food. And the Moor Shores are famous for a cappella singing. Their songs praise the natural wonders that surround them. But their clear, pure voices express something even more special, the strength and beauty of the Moor Shore people themselves. I'm not wasting anything. I'm using some of the remaining corn crunch stir fry for my next dish, to serve with my next dish. I call it the 5-flavor chicken. This is free-range chicken that I learned from those wonderful Moor Shore people, okay? Now, this is very nice. Ah, look at that, huh? No waste, nothing is wasted, okay? We put this right here, then we'll serve with our dish, okay? Here, this is free-range chicken, okay? Free-range chicken, I brought it back from Lugu Lake. Here, I'm going to use all this different flavor. I have ginger. I'm going to cut up some ginger like this. Cut up some ginger, and I press it. Crush it so the flavor will come out. You see this? Crushed ginger like that. And then I not just have one piece. I actually have several slices like that. And then I put it right here, and some green onion, just cut in half, and then we're going to put them all together, okay? This is the ingredient I'm going to use to make the 5 flavor. The rock sugar. If you don't have rock sugar, hey, no problem. Use brown sugar, light brown sugar. And then they have star anise, cardamom. This is cardamom right here. This is the cardamom right here. And then cinnamon stick, and also green onion, a lot of ginger, and some 5 spice powders. Amazing, okay? And then I'm going to show you, we bring this to a boil. Hey, this is a mixture of water or broth, dark soy. This is dark soy. This is dark soy. And this is light soy, okay? Bring to a boil, light soy, dark soy. And not only that, I have wine. I have wonderful 15-year-old wine. This is rice wine. I put the rice wine here. This is my precious wine. I normally serve to the most honored guests. And I put the rock sugar, and the cinnamon stick, star anise, 3 of them, some cardamom, and then, crushed ginger. I want the flavor come out, okay? And of course, green onion. And then a tiny bit of 5 spice powder, just enough, not too much, okay? And then we'll set it aside, and we'll put it over there, and put the whole chicken in here. And look at this. And I put the whole chicken, and let it totally submerge. Look at this. And let it cook. After you bring to a boil, you know what you do? Cook it for approximately an hour and 10 minutes. Simmer, very low heat, including the cooling down. Once you shut it off, you still have to let it sit there. So a total about hour and 15 minutes or so, okay? Let it sit. I'm going to put this over here, and I get the chicken out. Look at the beautiful color of the chicken. Amazing. Look at that. Soy sauce, flavor with 5 spice. Let it drain really well. I want to get rid of these moisture first. Look at the color of the chicken. Look at the color. Beautiful. Golden brown soy sauce. And I set it right over here. And then Look at this. Inside is a star anise right here. And I'm going to take it over here and let it cut. I'm going to cut this up, okay? Let us cut it up. And then, in the meantime, I use a sauce. I use a sauce right here and get a little ladle here and use some of the sauce. Look at this beautiful sauce. Beautiful color. Beautiful color, including some star anise. Look at that. And I put this over here. And I'm going to make a little sauce for my chicken. Look at beautiful. You know what? In Chinese restaurant, you never throw this away. This become your everyday sauce, master sauce. And some restaurant, they use it for years and years and years. Since they opened, they use it for 35 years, okay? And then I thicken this up a little bit. Oh, beautiful. Thicken this up. Make sure you thicken this up because I love the 15-year-old rice wine. I put a tiny bit extra flavor, extra delicious, okay? 15-year-old, okay? Thicken this up, thicken this up. In the meantime, I'm going to take the time to cut this up. Get a plate out of here. You cut this up. Make sure, nice and warm. You see this? I only serve part of it. So I am going to serve this piece. I cut this up. I cut this up, okay? Cut this up. Look at this. Look at this, beautiful. And I have another piece on this side. This is just perfectly cooked, not overcooked at all. You don't want to overcook your chicken, okay? When you overcook, it is not good. And then we put this back here, and then also we cut this up. We cut this up. Look at this. A piece of wing. And this is beautifully cooked, not overcooked. And then we're going to put this and serve this right over here. Look at this. And I shut this off and let it cool down a little bit. In the meantime, I'm going to show you how easy it is to serve. Let me remove this, okay? We don't need this. And we're going to show you these are the corn crunch stir fry. And I put one piece right over here. And I put another piece. This, you don't want to destroy the skin. You put another piece right over here. And you put the wing right over here. Look at that. It's like a whole chicken, okay? This is a beautiful way to serve. And then when you have the sauce, then you put this right over here. This is a wonderful way to serve. And then I have a little star anise right here, and a piece star anise right over here, another piece right over here. Now look at that. This is absolutely beautiful, amazing, okay? As I said, different part of China have different type of, make sure this also looks marvelous. And then this is a beautiful wing part of it. And this is what we have show you, something that I learned from the Moshu people. They live of the land, live of the Lugu Lake, and you know what? They are happy. And as I said, if Yan can cook very happy with Lugu Lake women, so can you. Judge Yan.